Welcome, the anointed ones. Haters are just confused admirers in disguise. They love what you have, but they hate that it's you who has it. Here's the thing. When people claim they don't like you but can't stop watching your every move, it's no longer hate. It's a strange form of obsession. Studies have shown that envy often masquerades as disdain, yet it's rooted in fascination. Funny how the ones who roll their eyes the hardest are the same ones who secretly refresh your social media pages like it's their morning coffee ritual. But why? Why are your so-called enemies so hooked on your every step? Is it that they're hoping to see you stumble? Or are they secretly trying to figure out how you make it all look so effortless? Let's dive deep into this paradox where your biggest critics are also your most loyal followers, whether they'll admit it or not. Spoiler alert. They look up to you more than they'll ever admit, and we're about to prove it. Number 1, you embody what they secretly wish they were. Your enemies don't hate you for the reasons they say. They hate you because deep down, you are everything they wish they could be. It's not about your success, your looks, or even your achievements. It's the way you carry yourself. The quiet confidence that doesn't demand attention, but commands respect. It's the way you stand firm in your values when others are swayed by trends and opinions. You're unapologetically yourself, and that's something they can't figure out how to replicate. What bothers them most is that your authenticity shines a light on everything they're faking. They've spent so much time building a version of themselves designed to impress others that seeing you thrive as your raw, unfiltered self is infuriating. You remind them of the courage they lack. The courage to be real, to fail, to grow, and to rise without pretending to be something they're not. And here's the kicker. They may never say it out loud, but they secretly admire you for it. They study your every move, trying to crack the code of how you do it. They mimic your actions, copy your words, and even steal your ideas, all while pretending they despise you. The truth is, their hate is just a mask for their frustration with themselves. You make them question everything they've built their identity on, and that scares them. Because deep down, they know if they tried to live like you, real, grounded, and fearless, they wouldn't know where to start. That's the power you hold. It's not just about being better. It's about being different. And in their eyes, that makes you not just enviable, but untouchable. Number 2. Your presence highlights their insecurities. Your presence does something to your enemies that they can't explain. It makes them uncomfortable in their own skin. It's not that you intentionally do anything to provoke them. It's just that being you forces them to confront everything they don't like about themselves. You walk into a room with a confidence that says, I know who I am and I don't need anyone's approval. That kind of energy is rare. And for people who base their self-worth on outside validation, it's downright unsettling. You don't play by their rules, and that's the problem. While they're busy trying to fit in, keep up, or gain approval, you're doing the exact opposite. Your ability to be comfortable in your own space highlights their deep-seated insecurities. Every time they see you succeed, or even just exist without the need for external validation, it feels like a spotlight shining directly on what they lack. They won't admit it, but they compare themselves to you constantly. They measure your wins against their own, even if those wins are entirely superficial. And when they fall short, which they always feel they do, it fuels their resentment. It's easier for them to project that frustration onto you than to address the root cause, their own feelings of inadequacy. What really gets under their skin is your refusal to engage in their drama. You don't seek validation from them, nor do you care about their opinions. That unbothered attitude strips them of any power they think they have over you. You're a mirror, reflecting back their own insecurities and fears, and instead of facing them, they double down on their dislike for you. But deep down they know the truth. Their issue isn't with you, it's with themselves. Number 3. They study your strength to mask their weaknesses. Your enemies may claim they can't stand you, but what they won't tell you is how closely they study you. They're not just watching out of hate, they're watching because you have something they desperately want. Strength. The way you handle challenges, move through life, and rise above negativity leaves them both frustrated and fascinated. And even though they won't admit it, they've made you their secret blueprint. Every time they see you overcome a setback, they take notes. When you succeed in silence, it keeps them up at night trying to figure out how you did it. They replay your actions in their heads, analyzing every detail, hoping to extract some of that resilience for themselves. The irony is that they spend so much time trying to outdo you, yet their only strategy is to copy you. It's not just your strength they're drawn to, it's your uniqueness. They see you navigating life with a sense of purpose that's impossible to fake, and it eats them up inside. You make them realize how much of their own energy is spent pretending while you live unapologetically as yourself. That's why they mimic your style, your words, even your mindset, all while pretending they have nothing to learn from you. But here's the thing, they can copy your actions, but they can't replicate your essence. They don't understand that your strength doesn't come from strategy, it comes from authenticity. That's why, no matter how much they study you, they'll never quite figure it out. Watching you gives them hope that they can mask their weaknesses, but it also reminds them of the one truth they can't escape. You're the real deal, and they're stuck pretending. Number 4. Your growth threatens their status quo. Your growth does more than just inspire. It unsettles those who are stuck in their own comfort zones. You don't just challenge the status quo. You shatter it by refusing to let limitations, setbacks, or the opinions of others define you. Every time you rise, it forces those around you, especially your enemies, to confront the uncomfortable truth about their own lives. And for people who've spent years blaming circumstances, others, or the system for their lack of progress, your growth is an undeniable reminder that their stagnation is a choice. What makes them uneasy isn't just your success, it's how you succeed. You don't wait for permission, resources, or perfect timing. You create your own opportunities, adapt to challenges, and keep moving forward while others are still stuck in analysis paralysis. This terrifies them because it exposes their excuses as exactly what they are: hollow. They've convinced themselves that life is too hard, that growth is impossible without external help. But here you are, living proof that it's not. Even worse, your progress shows them the price of staying comfortable. While they cling to familiarity, afraid to take risks, you've embraced the discomfort that comes with growth. You've taken leaps they wouldn't dare, and it's paying off in ways they didn't think were possible. That's a hard pill for them to swallow because it means the problem isn't the world, it's them. And yet, rather than face that reality, they project their frustrations onto you. Your growth threatens everything they've built their identity on, forcing them to either evolve or resent you. Most choose resentment not because they hate you, but because they can't admit they've been holding themselves back all along. Number 5. They secretly hope to be validated by you. Your enemies may act like they despise you, but beneath the surface they're quietly hoping for your validation. It's a strange dynamic. The louder their criticism, the deeper their desire to be noticed by you. They may mask it with arrogance or disdain, but their obsessive focus on you tells the real story. They crave your acknowledgement, even if their pride won't let them admit it. Why? Because in their eyes, you represent something unattainable, someone who has what they lack, whether it's confidence, resilience, or a sense of purpose. They may act superior, but deep down, they want to be seen as your equal, someone worthy of your attention. Every insult, every attempt to bring you down, is really just a bid to pull themselves up to your level. Their constant watching isn't just about envy, it's about seeking confirmation that they matter to you. If you engage with them, even to defend yourself, it feeds their ego. It reassures them that they've made an impact on your life, no matter how small. This is why your indifference stings more than any comeback ever could. When you ignore them, it reinforces the truth they don't want to face. They're not on your radar, and that fact burns them more than they'd ever admit. Ironically, they admire the qualities they claim to despise in you. They see your independence, your fearlessness, and your ability to thrive without external validation, and they wish they could embody even a fraction of it. But instead of rising to meet your standard, they settle for trying to drag you down, hoping that in doing so you'll finally look their way. It's not hate, it's misplaced admiration wrapped in pride. Number 6. Your boundaries frustrate and intrigue them. Your boundaries are like an impenetrable fortress, and your enemies hate that they can't breach it. Every time they try to provoke you, manipulate you, or pull you into their chaos, you stand firm. You don't react, and that drives them mad. It's not just because they can't get under your skin, it's because your composure forces them to confront something they don't have: control over themselves. What really frustrates them is how your boundaries create a sense of power they can't ignore. You've drawn a line, and you refuse to let anyone cross it, no matter how much noise they make. This silent but firm refusal commands respect, even from those who dislike you. They might not say it out loud, but deep down, they envy your ability to stay grounded, to say no without hesitation, and to walk away when something doesn't align with your values. Their frustration stems from their own lack of discipline. They see you effortlessly maintaining your standards, and it reminds them of all the times they let others walk all over them. They recognize in you what they wish they had for themselves: the courage to protect their peace. But instead of learning from your example, they lash out, hoping to break your resolve. The irony is, your boundaries don't just frustrate them, they intrigue them. They can't help but wonder how you do it, how you manage to stay calm under pressure, refuse to engage in unnecessary drama, and protect your energy so fiercely. Your boundaries are a mirror, reflecting their own weaknesses back at them. And while they may never admit it, they secretly wish they had the strength to draw the same lines in their own lives. Number 7. Your success is a mirror to their failure. Your success does more than just annoy your enemies. It exposes them. Every milestone you reach, every goal you crush, becomes a mirror reflecting their own stagnation. They watch you obsessively, dissecting your every move, not because they're genuinely interested, but because your progress highlights everything they've failed to achieve. It's not just about envy, it's about what your success represents. To them, you're a reminder of all the excuses they've made, the opportunities they've ignored, and the risks they've been too afraid to take. While they've spent time finding reasons why they can't, you've been out there finding ways that you can. And the gap between your growth and their lack of it widens with every win you rack up. What makes it worse for them is the fact that you make it look effortless. They can't see the late nights, the sacrifices, or the setbacks you've overcome. All they see is the end result: you thriving while they stay stuck. Instead of acknowledging their own role in their stagnation, they channel their frustration toward you. It's easier to resent you than to admit they've held themselves back. But deep down, your success doesn't just frustrate them, it haunts them. It forces them to question everything: their work ethic, their choices, their ambitions. Every time they see you advance, they're reminded of what they could have done, but didn't. And instead of being inspired, they choose bitterness, because facing the truth about themselves is too uncomfortable. Your wins become their losses, not because you've taken anything from them, but because they see in you what they could have been if only they had tried. That's why they watch so closely. Your success is their mirror, and the reflection is one they can't bear to face. Number 8. They fear the power of your influence. What truly unnerves your enemies isn't just your success, it's the ripple effect of your influence. You don't merely rise, you inspire others to rise alongside you. That's what makes you dangerous in their eyes. Your energy, your drive, your refusal to settle, it's all contagious. People gravitate toward you not just because of what you've achieved, but because of the way you make them believe they can achieve too. Your enemies fear this influence because it threatens to dismantle the control they cling to. In their world, people are meant to stay in their lanes, follow the status quo, and play small. But then you come along, breaking free from limitations and empowering others to do the same. Your light, your ambition, and your unshakable belief in yourself expose the shadows they try so hard to hide behind. What terrifies them the most is how effortlessly you attract loyalty and admiration. While they struggle to maintain their grip on others through manipulation, fear, or authority, you inspire devotion simply by being authentic. Your success isn't built on tearing others down, It's built on lifting others up. That's a kind of power they can't replicate, and it's one they can't control. Even worse for them, your influence isn't fleeting, it's transformative. The people who cross your path don't just admire you. They're changed by you. They see possibilities they hadn't considered, courage they didn't know they had, and potential they'd long forgotten. Your enemies see this too, and it terrifies them. Because for every person you inspire, the less control they have. Your light doesn't just threaten their status, it erases their shadows entirely, leaving them exposed and powerless in the wake of your influence. Number 9. You're proof that they were wrong about you. Your success is the ultimate slap in the face to those who doubted you. They wrote you off, dismissed you, or assumed you'd never amount to anything. But now they can't escape the truth. You've proven them all wrong. Every step forward, every achievement you unlock, chips away at the narrative they once built around you. Their judgment was faulty, but your growth is an undeniable testament to their miscalculations. And that reality? It's something their egos just can't handle. What stings the most for them is how consistent you've been. You didn't just have a lucky break or a moment of success. You've been steadily building, relentlessly improving, and refusing to let anyone's doubt dictate your path. Each time you advance, it forces them to reckon with the fact that they were wrong about you, and that's something they can't easily admit. Their egos are fragile, and seeing you succeed means they have to confront their own failure to recognize your potential from the start. They tried to write you off as insignificant, as someone not worth taking seriously, but you kept proving them wrong with every new level you reached. And now they're left scrambling, trying to reconcile their image of you with the reality of your success. It's a bitter pill for them to swallow because admitting they were wrong would mean acknowledging their own inability to see the truth. And no one likes to admit that they misjudged someone they thought was beneath them. Your growth has become a glaring reminder that they were wrong, and every new achievement you unlock is a painful reminder of their flawed judgments. The more you succeed, the harder it becomes for them to maintain the image they built of you in their minds. That's the real reason they watch you so closely. Your success forces them to confront their own mistakes, and that's something their pride just can't bear. Number 10. Your happiness is their biggest obsession. It's not just your success that eats away at your enemies, it's the fact that you're genuinely happy. The way you carry yourself with ease, thriving in ways they never saw coming, is like a constant thorn in their side. You've found peace, joy, and fulfillment in places they can't touch, and that's what really disturbs them. Their negativity, their attempts to undermine you, and their efforts to sow doubt, they all fail to shake you. You remain unbothered, unshaken, and unapologetically joyful, and that drives them crazy. They can't stand to see you so happy because it makes them face the uncomfortable truth about their own misery. They were expecting your life to be as bitter and chaotic as theirs. They were waiting for you to crumble under pressure, to fall into their traps, to show signs of weakness. But instead, you're thriving. Your joy, your contentment, your ability to flourish despite everything they throw your way. This is the ultimate form of rebellion in their eyes. What truly haunts them is that they can't figure out how you do it. They try to find something, anything, that would cause you to lose that spark. They keep a close eye on your every move, hoping to uncover a crack in your armor. But there's nothing to uncover because your happiness doesn't depend on their approval. It doesn't rely on their judgment or their negativity. It's internal, rooted in a sense of self that they can't touch. In a world where so many people are bound by the need for validation or consumed by drama, your peace and joy become a constant reminder of everything they're lacking. And that's why they obsess over it. Your happiness forces them to confront their own bitterness, their own inability to find peace in their own lives. They can't stop watching, hoping to find a glimpse of weakness. But what they see only intensifies their own dissatisfaction. Your joy is the mirror they can't look away from. Number 11. They use you as a benchmark for their own lives. Even when they claim to hate you, your enemies can't help but use you as the measuring stick for their own lives. No matter how much they try to downplay your success or dismiss your growth, you remain the invisible standard they measure themselves against. Every time they see you achieve something new, take a step forward, or stay calm in the face of adversity, they're forced to confront the fact that they're falling short. You're like an unspoken competition to them, even if they'd never admit it out loud. They watch you because they need to. It's not about seeing you fail. It's about checking how close they are to matching your progress. The more they observe you, the more they're reminded of everything they haven't done, every opportunity they've wasted, and every reason they've found to stay stuck in place. They may not acknowledge it, but deep down, they know they're not where they want to be. And you, without even trying, have become the benchmark for what success, growth, and strength look like. Your life acts as a constant reminder of their insecurities, and it frustrates them to no end. When they see you soaring, living with purpose, or simply being unapologetically yourself, it triggers a sense of failure within them. Their own path feels inferior, and they don't know how to bridge that gap. They wish they could find the courage, discipline, or clarity to live the way you do, but instead, they remain stuck in the comparison game. And as much as they may resent you for it, your success is the catalyst they secretly need to measure their own progress. In their eyes, you've become both the enemy and the unwitting yardstick for everything they wish they could be but feel they aren't. So they keep watching, trying to catch up, even as they're stuck in their own endless loop of comparison. Number 12. Your independence is a rebellion against their need for control. Your independence is a threat to everything they cling to. You're not easily manipulated, influenced, or controlled, and that terrifies them. In a world where most people are bound by the need for approval, swayed by public opinion, and held hostage by fear, you stand as a living contradiction. While they struggle to maintain control over themselves and others, you exist outside of their grasp. And it's this freedom that haunts them, because they can't figure out how you do it. They watch you, obsessed, because they desperately want to understand how you've managed to escape the chains that bind everyone else. They try to dissect your every move, hoping to uncover some weakness, some crack in your armor, but they come up empty. The truth is, your freedom isn't something they can replicate. It's built on self-assurance, strength, and a complete refusal to bend to anyone's will. What scares them most is that your independence doesn't come from any external validation. You don't need permission to exist, to be bold, or to go after what you want. You've built your own rules and live by them without caring who agrees or disagrees. You've learned how to trust your own instincts, to stand on your own 2 feet, and to make decisions that align with your truth, not anyone else's agenda. For them, this is uncharted territory. They've spent their lives trying to manipulate or control people, trying to force others into compliance with their desires. But you've shattered that illusion. Your ability to remain untouched by their attempts at influence exposes the fragility of their control. And that's why they can't stop watching you. They want to figure out how you found a way to live free when they're still trapped in the need for control. In the end, your enemies are more consumed by you than they care to admit. While they pretend to hate you, they can't stop watching, comparing, and obsessing over your every move. They're glued to your success, your happiness, your independence, everything that challenges their own limitations and exposes their insecurities. And in this silent battle, you remain unshaken, knowing that their fixation on you is a reflection of their own unspoken fear. You've become the benchmark they never wanted, the reminder they can't escape, and the force they can't control. But here's the kicker. None of this has anything to do with you. Your growth, your joy, your strength, it all comes from a place deep within you, a place they'll never be able to touch, because it's yours and yours alone. So let them watch, let them study you. The more they do, the more they reveal their own weaknesses. Your life will continue to rise while they remain stuck in the shadows of their obsession, unable to break free from their need to measure up to something they can never truly be. And as for you, you'll keep moving forward, unaffected by their gaze, because your path is your own, and no one, not even your harshest critics, can alter that. If you found this truth-packed breakdown eye-opening, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on more content that challenges the norm and dives deep into the things others won't talk about. Join a community of like-minded individuals who aren't afraid to break free from the status quo. Hit the bell so you never miss an upload, and let's keep pushing boundaries together. You're not alone in this journey. Subscribe now and let's keep moving forward. Remain blessed, the anointed ones.